Switzerland is hard to beat when it comes to spectacular mountain scenery and small towns that look like they're in a storybook. The high snow-covered peaks of the Alps, the clear turquoise lakes, the emerald valleys, the glaciers, and the absolutely adorable small towns along the lakes give this landlocked country a fairy tale look. In the mountain valleys and lakes, there are world-class international resorts and a long list of things to do, such as hiking, biking, climbing, paragliding, skiing, and tobogganing. Most visitors come here for the breathtaking scenery, but they also love the many cultural sites. Zurich, Geneva, and Lucerne are cities with a lot of history. They have great museums and galleries, old buildings, and famous music festivals. Bern is the country's capital. It has a beautiful medieval old town that hugs the curve of a river. Haven't you already decided where to go when you visit Switzerland? Join us as we explore the best of what this beautiful country offers. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can keep up to date with all our latest destinations. Number 10. Lucerne. Lucerne is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It is also known as the heart of the country. Explore this city by strolling through the old town, which is full of bridges, old buildings with beautiful decorations, and great cafes and restaurants. Chapel Bridge in Lucerne is the oldest covered bridge in Europe. With its 34-meter-high water tower, this building from the 14th century has become the most photographed place in Switzerland. The Lion Monument, a rock relief, is not to be missed. It is a monument to the hundreds of Swiss guards who died in 1792 while trying to protect French King Louis XVI from the French Revolution. It is impossible to ignore the Rigi Mountain, which has the oldest mountain railway in Europe. Take a Lake Lucerne sightseeing cruise if you want to see the city from a completely different point of view. Visitors will enjoy the fresh lake air and breathtaking scenery. Number 9. Jungfrau Region. Nature lovers will find paradise in the Jungfrau Region. We will begin our journey at the world-famous Sphinx Astronomical Observatory. It was finally completed in 1937, and people can get there in a very fast lift. You might know it from the movie The Grand Budapest Hotel. The car-free village of Muren is another must-see. It can only be reached by cable car. The 3-hour Via Ferrata is for hikers, but be careful. It's only a one-way path, and you never go up, only down. There are 1,800 meters between them. Do not miss the Schilthorn summit, where the Pizza Gloria restaurant rotates, and there is an amazing view of the whole area. Her Majesty's Secret Service, a James Bond movie, made this place famous. Do you ever wonder how life was in Switzerland in the past? Then go to the Ballenberg Open Air Museum, which shows you how people lived and what buildings looked like in Switzerland in the old days. Wengen is another car-free village with traditional wooden houses. From Lauterbrunnen, where there are 72 waterfalls, you can get there by train. Staubach Falls, which is almost 300 meters high, is the highest. Number 8. Bern. Bern is also called the City of Fountains because it has so many public fountains. These fountains are one of the most famous attractions in Bern. 11 allegorical fountain figures like Lady Justice, made almost 600 years ago, are the most fascinating. The Renaissance fountains look the same today as they did hundreds of years ago. Visitors often start their trip by walking through the medieval Old Town. The Ziegtelage, which existed for 800 years, has served as a guard tower, a prison, and a clock tower. The Bern Minster Gothic Cathedral, which was finished in 1893 and is the tallest cathedral in Switzerland, is an iconic landmark that visitors can't miss. The Federal Palace is another significant spot. It was finished in 1902 and is more than 300 meters long. It has an assembly building and 2 wings. Do not, however, overlook the center of Paul Klee, which is about one of the best artists of Expressionism, Cubism, and Surrealism in the first half of the 20th century. Did you know that Bern is the second most green capital city in Europe? Number 7. Interlaken. Interlaken is a beautiful Swiss town between Lakes Thun and Brienz. It is one of Switzerland's most visited places. On the shores of Lake Thun, visitors can discover the 13th century Oberhofen Castle, which has a museum and a restaurant, along with the beautiful St. Beda's Caves, which have tunnels, small caves, and large halls. Visit Harderkulm, a viewing platform 1,322 meters above sea level, to see beautiful views of the lakes and peaks around it. Interlaken is like heaven for people who like to hike or go on adventures. It is known as the adventure capital of the country. Take a boat ride on the clear blue waters of Lake Thun to learn more about it. In the ship's restaurants, you can enjoy great food while you're on board. Number 6. Basel. Basel combines contemporary luxuries with long-standing Swiss traditions. Let's look at what one of the best places to live in the world has to offer. The Basel Minster is a must-see tourist attraction because of its towers, which look the same height, but are actually 2 meters apart. Inside, you will find the tomb of Erasmus of Rotterdam, who was laid to rest here in 1536. You can't miss the 500-year-old town hall, which is where the government of Basel is located. In 1512, that stunning wall clock was installed. In Basel, you can see art everywhere you go. There are more than 40 museums in the city. The most famous is the Kunstmuseum Basel, which opened in 1661 and was one of the first museums in the world. Do you enjoy carnivals? Then come between February and March for Basel's 3-day carnival, where 1,800 people dress up as famous people, comic characters, or animals, and wear masks and costumes. Number 5. Gruyères. Gruyères is a picturesque medieval town located on a hill, offering you spectacular views of the surrounding mountains and valley. The town welcomes you with its cobblestone streets, full of restaurants, cafes, and shops. In the middle of the main street, you can find a beautiful fountain decorated with flowers. The must-see attraction is the 13th century Gruyères castle, which offers you an alpine panoramic view from its terrace. You can admire the romantic French garden behind the castle, while inside you can find an art gallery or a knight's hall painted with frescoes. If you come in winter, enjoy skiing or snowboarding at Molson Mountain, equipped with 60 passenger cable cars. 30 kilometers of slopes are awaiting you. Did you know that Gruyère is known for its delicious namesake cheese? At La Maison du Gruyère, a cheese factory, you can watch the cheese-making process live. This cheese is often used to make ham and cheese croissants. Number 4. Zermatt. Welcome to Zermatt, another car-free village accessible only by railway. Surrounded by mountains of Pennine Alps, it is one of the most favorite mountaineering and ski resorts in Switzerland. While its population is less than 6,000 inhabitants, the fairytale village is full of tourists who enjoy high-end window shopping, exquisite restaurants, or just walking around this picturesque village admiring quaint wooden buildings. Zermatt is considered one of the best ski resorts in Europe and is a real winter fairy tale. Skiing here is very romantic. You can enjoy 360 kilometers of slopes with a lot of sun set into a spectacular scenery. It is a must-do experience to take a trip on Gornergrat Railway, operating since 1898. Electrified from its beginning, it is the second highest railway in Europe, right after Jungfrau Railway. The train will bring you to the summit of the Gornergrat, from which you can enjoy amazing views of the mountain Matterhorn and the Gorner Glacier. At the station, you can find the hotel, restaurant, observatory, and shops. Number 3. Zurich. Zurich is the largest city in Switzerland. It is a wealthy city with many banks and financial institutions. It has museums, art galleries, a beautiful lake, and an old town. The 13th century Romanesque Protestant church, the Great Minster in Zurich's Old Town, is a popular first stop for visitors. The Great Minster's twin towers are two of the most famous buildings in Zurich. The Reformation Museum is located in the church. From the Middle Ages to the present, Kunsthaus Zurich is home to one of Switzerland's most impressive art collections. The crystal clear waters of Lake Zurich are another must-see attraction in Switzerland, and you may swim there during the summer months. Don't miss St. Peter's Church and pay attention to its clock face, which is the largest in Europe. The food and decorations at Christmas markets in the winter make them feel like real Christmas. Number 2. Montreux. Located on the shores of Lake Geneva, Montreux is home to Switzerland's most picturesque promenade. All along the Montreux Riviera, you will find stunning Belle Epoque palaces and 5-star hotels, making for a picture-perfect scene. The Castle of Chillon is Switzerland's most popular historical site. Taking one of the boat tours on Lake Geneva is the best way to get here. Visit the Freddie Mercury Monument on the lakeside promenade. This famous singer fell in love with the city and decided to live there. His fans still bring flowers to this iconic place because of him. Even Charlie Chaplin fell for Montreux. In a nearby village, he spent his last 25 years in this manor house with a huge park, which is now called Chaplin's World and serves as a museum. The city is a great way to get to a lot of great ski resorts where you can ski or snowboard in the winter. Do you have a fear of heights? If you haven't already, put your stomach in knots on the world's only suspension bridge between two mountain peaks by visiting Peak Walk by Tissot at the 3000 Glacier. Number 1. Geneva. Geneva's sparkling blue lake is the city's most popular tourist attraction. The white plume of its massive fountain, the water jet, soars 140 meters into the air. From Geneva Lake, the view is beautiful. You can swim in the lake and do many sports there, like windsurfing or paddleboarding. Don't forget to check out the Palace of Nations, which was finished in 1938. It is where the UN's main office for Europe is located. Geneva has many beautiful parks. The English Garden, with its flower clock, is the most famous. The Old Town is one of the largest in Europe, and it has a lot of galleries, museums, restaurants, cafes, and other interesting places to see. Switzerland's lively cities and medieval towns with lots of historical buildings and castles will draw you in. Its beautiful lake offers unbeatable views, and you'll fall in love with the alpine landscapes, which are just as popular in the summer as they are in the winter, because there are so many things to do outside. Switzerland will take your breath away and give you a once-in-a-lifetime experience you'll never forget. If you want a specific destination, please write it down in the comments below, and the country with the most comments will be our next video. Don't forget to check out our newest channel, Relax in Travel, to bring some peace and nature into your life. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a good day.